This is a very brief overview of the procedure I would love students to follow when they study for my course. Use the A+ test prep tool, which is, I believe, a phenomenal tool in your Mindtap toolkit. You will find it in the section titled Prepare for the Test, and you need to go to A+ test prep, click on the link, and when you click on it, you're going to see basically a test generator. You might recognize the chapters in our textbook. You might see that in every chapter, the material in it is divided in several sections. When you study for the course, I do not want you to take a test with all 4 sections of the book. I would love you to just read for one and test your understanding of that particular section. You would see that there are 12 problems available on that section. I don't want you to take a test of 10 questions. I want you to take a test of 3. When you do that, the test generator will create a multiple choice test for you. It is a test in format that will be very similar to what you would see in the final exam. Take the test. And see how well you did. We did not do very well. In fact, we did everything wrong. The good news is we get to review. We get to see what the answer we submitted was, what is the correct answer, and a very brief feedback about the actual answer. Then we have a small little video, which is a short video. In this case,
assume the market for wheat is perfectly competitive.
In this case, it is a video of 1 minute and almost 40 seconds discussing this specific question. And last, you have the e-reader button, which is a shortcut that shows exactly what part of the textbook you need to review. So even chapter 4.1.4.1 is subdivided. The question that we fumbled was specifically on this particular material. So we don't need to reread the entire material. We need to focus our learning on that particular section of the chapter. You would see that the other questions will have similar feedback. After you have gone through the feedback, understood the questions, you would retake the test. And you can choose whether you want incorrect questions, different questions, new sequence of questions. I chose new sequence of questions, and I suggest you proceed until you feel that you have a good understanding, both of the concepts and the material in Chapter 4, Section 4.1. Once you start seeing that you're getting great grades here, you're starting to see 100% correct responses in the short tests that you're taking, then I would want you to go back to the A+ test prep. So go back to your textbook, read Chapter 4, Section 4.2. And proceed in a similar fashion, taking not 10, I would say you want to take 3 to 5 questions at a time. I don't see how following this process you would have any trouble with the final exam. This is the format of the final exam. Yes, it is a paper and pencil exam, but it is this type of multiple choice questions, not to speak of the fact that it's this type of questions by these authors, yes, in a different test bank, but still, there are that many questions that we can think of the material that is covered in the book or on that topic in economics to begin with. So use the A+ test prep to study and to prepare for the final. Since we have our deadlines reset with last day of the course as a final deadline for all activities in our course, you can simulate your own final exam. Here is what I would do if I was a student. Maybe a good way to study would be to review chapters, chapter at a time, and focus my review on the topics that I have greatest difficulty with. But ultimately, if I click all the problems that we cover in the book, we don't cover elasticity, we do not cover cost of taxation. So be sure to review with your textbook the chapters that we actually do cover in our course. And after you do that, you can generate your own multiple choice question. We're going to have 65 questions in our exam, and this would be a very good approximation of what it is and how it would look like. You could start taking such exams to prepare yourself for the final exam you're going to see. In the A+ test prep, you will not be able to choose different level of difficulties of the questions that you're going to see. I will select questions that are on the lighter side, since this is a closed book, closed notes test, whereas the exams that you're taking online is open book, open notes, open everything. So given this would be a very good way for you to simulate what you are to expect on the final exam. And of course, those of you who took the early final exam will probably have the best understanding of how it feels like, what to expect. Hope that was helpful, and best of luck.